And welcome back to American Agenda. I'm Heather Childers along with Bob Sellers. Reports say that Moderna is looking to increase the number of vaccine doses in each vial that they distribute. This seems like it could be good news. If United States regulators decide to allow Moderna to increase the number of doses inside their vials, this could help increase the country's vaccine supply as well as enhance the country's vaccination rate. Joining us now to discuss is CEO of GeoVax Labs, David Dodd. Great to have you with us again today. So what about this news in terms of Moderna, and why wasn't it happening before? And is there any reason that it wouldn't be allowed?
Well, first of all, it's great news because I think the degree to which we can increase the amount of vaccine that goes into a vial is very important and all. It probably wasn't done before because there was a specified amount that was scheduled to go in the vial, and that's what was done. But there's obviously ample space to add more in there, and hopefully it'll be allowed. I can't think of any reason not to allow it, and it'll improve our ability to increase the distribution and the vaccinations.
David, I'd like to get your take on something coming out of the White House today. They announced the Biden administration will begin providing COVID-19 vaccines to U.S. pharmacies to try to ramp up vaccinations. Potentially more serious strains are coming, of course. Is this a good idea?
It's an excellent idea. You know, our pharmacies such as Walgreens, CVS, and others, you know, people get vaccines there. I just recently had my shingles vaccine, my first and second one, 60 days later, et cetera. And you know, it's a great avenue to have that if people go in there all the time. So I think it'll improve our number of people being vaccinated. Access to vaccinations will certainly improve. I can't think of anything but positive in this type of step forward.
Yeah. How else can we increase supply? I mean, we talked about what Moderna is trying to do. Is that something that Pfizer could do as well?
Yes. In fact, Pfizer had said that they were looking to be able to get more out of their vials than what they currently have. So Pfizer, Moderna, I think everybody is looking to see how can we make sure that there's more vaccine out there available to people to be vaccinated. So one is the quantity, which is increasing what goes into the vial. And then secondly is the distribution or administration. And that's where we really ought to utilize, every pharmacy we possibly can. I mean, those are in communities everywhere, all over the United States. And that's the way to get more people vaccinated. Mm-hmm. And then we need to have mobile units that will go to where people are. People who are in nursing homes aren't as mobile. And many of them are not as healthy and may not even be aware that they even need to have a vaccine. So we need to have these mobile units, just like we used to have with the mobile libraries going around and vaccinating people.
Something I was wondering about, David, is what if the approach to getting the vaccine out there was come one, come all? Here are the vaccines. This is where they're going to be. If you want it, come get it. Because it seems like the prioritizing has kind of slowed the process. And there are a lot of people that don't want it anyway. So if we have hundreds of millions of doses available or will be available, what about the idea of saying, yeah, go to your local CVS, go to your Walgreens and get it?
I think what we could do, this country is so large, we could do any number of pilots or experiments. We could take certain areas of the country and try everybody that wants to get it, just come one, come all, come to the pharmacies, come to these locations and see how we manage that. And then we could also try another approach somewhere else. But what we really need to do is, first of all, try and make certain that we're doing the frontline workers, that we're doing the people in nursing homes, the elderly, the people in comorbid conditions and all, and just try and figure out how to get them to come wherever they need to be or how we go to them and make sure they get vaccinated first.
David, is there enough supply to be sent to all of these different places? I mean, we've heard that pharmacies were supposed to, even from the initial plan, that they were going to distribute the vaccine. But is there enough supply available to get it to all of these places and then get it in folks' arms?
Not yet, but it's building. If you look at the numbers in terms of what's being built up and people increasing production and they're increasing their plans for what can be distributed and they're really trying to ramp this up. I think they probably have aspirational hopes and expectations. It's going to be difficult to deliver on those, but it's probably going to be close to the end of the summer before we really see most people vaccinated as they should be.
All right, Dr. David Dodd, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Joe Biden was meeting to negotiate with Republicans over COVID package. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, well, they were making moves to ram their package through Congress. Former Ohio Congressman Bob McEwen joins us, and that coming up next on American Agenda. Stay with us.